Have you ever wondered why some people are constantly ignored, underestimated, or disrespected, even though they work hard and have good intentions? The truth is, respect isn't something people automatically give you. It's something your behavior quietly earns every single day. Many people believe that being kind, helpful, and always available will make others respect them. But psychology tells a very different story. In fact, some of the habits people think make them nice actually make them easier to ignore, manipulate, and take for granted. The most respected people aren't necessarily the loudest. They're not always the richest, and they're certainly not perfect. What makes them different is how they think, communicate, and carry themselves. Today, we're going to explore the psychology behind why some people never get the respect they deserve. You'll discover 10 common behaviors that silently destroy respect, and more importantly, how to replace them with habits that naturally earn admiration. Some of these mistakes are so common that you might be doing them without even realizing it. Make sure you stay until the end, because the final lesson could completely change the way people treat you. Let's begin. The first mistake: trying to please everyone. This is one of the biggest respect killers. People pleasers often believe that saying yes all the time will make others appreciate them. But the opposite usually happens. When you're always available, always agreeing, always sacrificing your own needs, people slowly begin to see your time as less valuable. Psychologists explain that people naturally respect those who respect themselves first. If you constantly ignore your own boundaries, others will eventually ignore them too. Kindness is a strength, but kindness without boundaries becomes weakness in the eyes of many people. The most respected individuals know when to help, and they also know when to politely say no. They understand that protecting their time isn't selfish. It's self-respect, and self-respect is where real respect begins. Now, let's continue with the third mistake: talking too much and listening too little. Many people believe that speaking more makes them look smarter, so they interrupt others. They rush to give advice. They dominate every conversation. But psychology tells us something very different. People naturally respect those who know when to speak and when to remain silent. The most respected people are often excellent listeners. When someone feels truly heard, they feel valued, and they naturally begin to value you in return. Instead of trying to impress everyone with your words, become someone whose words carry weight. Speak with intention, not for attention. The fourth mistake: never standing up for yourself. Imagine someone constantly jokes at your expense, crosses your boundaries, disrespects your time, and you simply smile, pretending everything is fine. At first, you may think you're keeping the peace, but over time, you're teaching people that disrespect has no consequences. Psychologists call this weak boundary reinforcement. Every healthy relationship requires clear boundaries. Respect grows where boundaries exist. You don't need to become angry. You don't need to become aggressive. Sometimes one calm sentence is enough. "I don't appreciate being spoken to that way." Or, "I'm not comfortable with that." Simple, calm, respectful, yet incredibly powerful. The fifth mistake: being afraid to disagree. Many people hide their real opinions because they fear rejection. They agree with everyone, even when they know something is wrong. But respected people understand something important. Agreement is not the same as respect. You can respectfully disagree without creating conflict. In fact, people often admire those who can express different opinions with confidence and emotional control. Confidence isn't speaking the loudest. Confidence is staying calm, even when others disagree with you. Now let's move to the sixth mistake: constantly complaining. Everyone experiences problems. Life is difficult for all of us, but there's a huge difference between sharing a problem and making complaints your entire personality. People naturally feel emotionally drained around someone who complains about everything: the weather, work, money, family, friends. Nothing is ever enough. Over time, people stop listening because negativity pushes people away. The most respected individuals. Now let's continue with the seventh mistake: trying too hard to impress people. Many people believe respect comes from showing off. They talk about expensive things they own. They constantly mention their achievements. They try to prove how intelligent, successful, or important they are. But psychology reveals something interesting. The more someone tries to prove their value, the more people begin to question it. Truly respected people don't need to advertise themselves. Their actions speak louder than their words. They let consistency build their reputation. Instead of asking others to admire them, they simply become someone worth admiring. The eighth mistake, having no self-discipline. Respect begins long before anyone else sees you. It begins with the promises you make to yourself. If you constantly delay your goals, break your own commitments, or quit whenever life becomes difficult, you slowly lose confidence in yourself. And when you don't trust yourself, it's difficult for others to trust you. Highly respected people understand that discipline creates freedom. They wake up when they plan to. They finish what they started. They continue moving forward, even when motivation disappears. Because discipline always outlasts motivation. The ninth mistake, reacting emotionally to everything. Imagine someone criticizes you. Immediately you become angry. Someone disagrees with you. You raise your voice. A small inconvenience happens, and your entire mood is ruined. People may feel sorry for you, but they rarely respect emotional instability. Psychologists call emotional control one of the strongest indicators of maturity. The most respected people pause before reacting. They breathe, they think, then they respond. Not because they have no emotions, but because they don't let emotions control their decisions. Calmness under pressure is a form of quiet strength, and people naturally respect quiet strength. Finally, the 10th mistake. The mistake that silently destroys respect more than almost anything else. Not respecting yourself. Everything begins here. If you constantly accept poor treatment, ignore your own needs, break your own promises, and believe you deserve less than everyone else, you unknowingly teach the world to treat you the same way. Respect is never demanded, it is communicated through your standards, your habits, your confidence, your boundaries, and the way you carry yourself every single day. The good news, every one of these habits can be changed. You don't need to become louder. You don't need to become rude. You simply need to become someone who respects themselves first. Because when you value yourself, the world slowly begins to do the same. So ask yourself, which of these 10 mistakes have you been making? And which one will you change starting today? Leave your answer in the comments below. If this video helped you see yourself differently, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Mind Theory, and turn on notifications for more psychology and self-improvement content. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.